Pana Loishang Ahalub and Naharupana slammed Chief Minister Nongthom Biren for giving silent treatment to land dispute between Sadang Singh Bamaring and Andro village. And India logs above 2,73,000 new COVID-19 cases and 1,619 deaths in 24 hours. Recovery rate drops to 86%. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Afternoon News. I'm IBETHOI THOKCHOM. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your mask properly and maintain a safe distance. Now the news in details. Ahalub and Naharupana of Andropana Loishang have slain Chief Minister Nongthom Biren for failing to settle the land dispute between Sadang Singh Bamaring village and Andro village till death. It may be mentioned that the Chief Minister had assured of forming an inquiry committee within 15 days to settle the issue following unwanted incident between the two villages on March 29. Speaking to media at Andro Loishang today, Laumihal of Ahalubpana Salam Romis expressed disappointment that the Chief Minister has given silent treatment to the issue. He warned of intense hesitations by Andro residents along with various civil society organizations if the government failed to take necessary action within a week. He informed that even last evening, some unknown armed miscreants threatened women and children, and 4 cows of Andro village are also missing. Salam Romis for the alleged Manipur police personnel who were posted in the area of ignoring the complaints about the incident.
Ngarang April ge tang tara nipan numitang wairamda ikang kangongdana sakang daba kulai paiba mai teruk tarit mungna Andro mai kaida sangsilaktuna thangwa toksilakpa amadi sasan phau mangan giba adu ta sengna laibak thibani maramaduna Andro praja aikoina tuminna leithopang ngamloi loinana thoaningdaba thoktok wathok matamda government na taita pugadabani amadi ngarang changla khiba kulai paiba miusing adu athu matamda faduna Andro praja da singtupiru loinana manak nakpada leidiba senaduna Tamliba Manipur police sing dasu hajirubu matamda kya thoksa biraktabda Andro praja khosaungnaba hian hengalale maramaduna tasengna Manipur police sing dasu miam praja aikoida cooperation phajana thambiyu Andropana Loishang wegi ahalub amsung naharuk makaidagi thamjari.
Police has arrested 2 men in connection with the destruction of a Songpijang Manjol bridge leading to Mount Kobru under Gamnom Saparmaina police station in Kangpopi district in the intervening night of April 13 and 14. It may be mentioned that Gamnom Saparmaina police station had registered a FIR and a suo motu case has been filed into the case under section 431/186/34 IPC and 3 of PDPP Act for investigation. Police arrested them during the course of investigation. The arrested persons are 24-year-old Togoleng Kipgen, son of Thangjung Kipgen of Sailing village in Kangpopi district, and 29-year-old Paukai Bolsom, son of late Thangpu Bolsom of Itrai Gojang village in Kangpopi district. They have been produced before the court of JMIC Kangpopi on April 17. The court has remanded the arrested persons into police custody until April 20. DIG range for Angam Kamai Romanians disclosed the same to media persons today. Manipur Police PRO Cell SPW Basu and SP Kangpopi PG Singsit were present during the press meet at the conference hall of SP Imphal West.
Housing power the caretaker gi yum mai chak padudi akoi masi kobru gi issue masi gadi housing power akoi na phangmadadi mari leina de na khalle kobru jing kar akoi lai krumba pilgrims masi gi sida akoi gi security measures si chapcha na lei kapham budi akoi na khangmada su ani hum lei but ayamba kari sidi akoi gi si khwaidi gi nakpa housing thong today ame thuai me haiba masi route sida ayamba kai masi gi sida akoi gi base camp haina police personnel sing adequately deployed our route to so deploy to strategic locations plus ching maton akhoi live pukri masun laini aduga akhoi sacred site mathaki amasu machi area si so akhoi police loina deploy to we akhoi security measures akanba akhoina local laga already in place maduna akhoi karigumba patanung thoktana ba haina preventive measures adequately police department na locally Houzik Powabadi, caretaker gi, yum may chakpadudi, Apoy, Masi Kobrugi, issue, Masigadi, Houzik Pow, Apoina Pangmadadi, Marie Lainadena.
General Secretary of Manipur Students Federation H. Rosen has appealed to the government to construct proper walls of Kha Imphal High School in Haubam Marakasham Lekai at the earliest. MSF members and locals inspected the school today. Speaking on the sidelines, Rosen said MSF approached the government to repair the school walls on September 1 last year, but no action has been taken till then. He asked the government to implement its school Fagadhansi mission sincerely. The General Secretary added that MSF will continue inspecting the condition of schools under MSF's IBETHOI Larik Ningthina Tamsi campaign.
Government athubuda high school asi sembi hogdragadi school ase soidana namun turengi iraina chendagrani habo phomje thamjari aduna government na athubu matamda high school asibu yengsanbiyo amadi sembiyo mahiroigi laisang oiriba school asibu namun turen mapanda thamaga iraida chendhangi ba habase mahiroi khunai asibu chendhan mane haina MSM logani Manipur Student Federation MSM na khoigi like ningthina tamje harba campaign asigi makhada school kaya yengsanduna lagli makhata nasu polisi yengsansagini atop mafam kaya da school phibam chadaba aduki matik lairi punna lebak miyam amadi kunai punna kul singbu yengsemina jahai wafamje thamjaranjaraga denjari.
Agriculture Minister Oinam Lukhoi today accorded a warm welcome to 13 people of Wangoi constituency who have joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. The reception program was held at the minister's quarter in New Chekon. The new entrants are former National People's Party NPP workers of 23 by 38 polling station Mutum Pibo Awang Lekai. Centre has prohibited the supply of oxygen for industrial purposes by manufacturers and suppliers from April 22 till further orders to meet demands for COVID patients. Union Health Ministry said that the matter was deliberated by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade with all the stakeholders, and after due deliberations, it was considered prudent to restrict the industrial usage of oxygen to meet the rising demand for medical oxygen. It said the surplus oxygen available as a result of this temporary restriction will facilitate its freeing up for use as medical oxygen for treatment of COVID-19 patients. The ministry said this prohibition, however, shall not apply to the supply of oxygen for the 9 industries. These are ampules and vials, pharmaceuticals, petroleum refineries, steel plants, nuclear energy facilities, oxygen cylinder manufacturers, wastewater treatment plants, food and water purification, and process industry which require uninterrupted operation of furnaces. The industrial units other than this are advised to consider alternate measures such as import of oxygen or setting up their own air separator units for generation of oxygen for their captive requirements. The Union Health Ministry has advised all chief secretaries to ensure effective implementation and compliance of this order. Dedicated COVID hospital re-established by Defence Research and Development Organization will become operational from today. The hospital has been established near domestic airport terminal in New Delhi. It has 500 ICU beds. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan said that 250 beds will be ready by today and will be increased to 500 within a few days. In a tweet, he said all beds are equipped with oxygen facilities and sufficient number of ventilators are available. A medical team drawn from the armed forces will look after the facility. The facility will be available free of cost. The person required in this hospital need to bring an RT-PCR COVID positive report and Aadhaar card. There will be a large number of monitoring equipments, ventilator, basic testing facilities and air conditioning in this hospital as per the WHO standards. Now it's time for a short commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News.
Office of the Yaifre Group of Finance, Head Office Singmairong near Eastern Motor, Imphal East, May Taramanga English Singani Kunmatoi, Tha Amada Lupa Lesing Marika Kulaga, Hausagadoriba, Lottery come tender Siaubiraga, Lupa Lak Kungimapu Oibu, Lucky Draw Fauragana, Lupa Lak Amafang Bigani, Loinana, Atuba Matamda, Ezen Yankai Supamzay, Ezen Singidamak monthly income, draw timing and Nutugipung Anini. Office of the Yaifre Group of
Welcome back after the break. You're watching After the News. India reported a single-day spike of 2,73,810 new COVID-19 cases in the past 24 hours. Country's tally has crossed 1,50,61,000 as per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. There are 19,29,329 active cases of COVID-19 in the country. Death toll has reached 1,78,769 with 1,690 new COVID deaths. On the positive note, 1,44,178 recoveries were reported in the past 24 hours, raising the total recovered cases to 1,29,52,821. India's recovery rate has further declined to 86%. Maharashtra has the highest active coronavirus cases of above 6,72,000. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 14,20,22,000 people. Above 3,33,000 people have died and recoveries are above 12,5,73,000. USA ranks highest with over 68,62,000 active cases, followed by India and Brazil. COVID-19 active cases are surging in the northeast states. Assam ranks highest with 6,615 active cases, followed by Meghalaya with 680 cases and Tripura with 462 active cases. There are 399 active cases of COVID-19 in Sikkim, 383 in Mizoram, 255 in Manipur, 176 in Nagaland and 122 in Arunachal Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will chair an important meeting today on the COVID-related situation in the country. Senior officials of the Health Ministry will be present in the meeting. The Prime Minister had on Saturday reviewed the COVID and vaccination situation in a crucial meeting where he called for putting up a more vigorous fight to defeat the second wave of corona pandemic. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said that the fight against COVID-19 is the topmost priority for the government. He said India has tackled the coronavirus pandemic well so far and the country will be in a better position to deal with the ongoing second wave by the start of May. He said India's recovery rate has been amongst the best population-wise. Amit Shah said that the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic has been around 3 times severe across the world in almost all countries. Talking about the government's response, the Home Minister says Centre has banned the export of remdesivir injections and also decided to increase production capacity by 3 times. He assured that the government has also taken a decision to fast-track approval of foreign-made vaccine, discounting the possibility of imposing a national lockdown. The Home Minister said it is better for states to decide on restriction. Centre has put in place the necessary infrastructure to deal with COVID-19 following last year's national lockdown. Targeting former Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra slammed the Bharatiya Janata Party leader over the alleged hoarding of remdesivir injection. The Congress leader in a tweet said, when people across the country are begging for the remdesivir injections and struggling to somehow get a bottle of the drug to save their lives, at that time the act of hoarding by the BJP leader, former CM, who was once at a responsible position, is an act against humanity. She also shared a video of over 1 minute in which Devendra Fadnavis along with one other was seen arguing with the police officers. It may be mentioned that Mumbai police detained a remdesivir supplier for alleged exporting the antiviral drug despite the ban on Saturday. But reportedly, the BJP leader went to the police station in favor of the supplier. The Arvind Kejriwal-led Delhi government announced a curfew in Delhi for a full 1 week from April 19 to April 26 as COVID-19 cases have seen a rapid rise in the state. Delhi clocked 25,462 new COVID-19 cases and 161 fatalities in the last 24 hours. The government had already imposed weekend curfew from April 16 to April 18. Hong Kong has suspended all flights from India for 14 days from April 20 to May 3 in view of the surging COVID-19 cases in the country. A similar ban has been placed on flights from Pakistan and the Philippines too. The Hong Kong government decision came after 47 passengers who flew in on Vistara flights this month were found positive for COVID-19 when tested on arrival. The government has instructed all passengers flying into Hong Kong to have a COVID-negative RT-PCR result from a test done 72 hours prior to the journey. Early on Sunday, the Hong Kong government announced suspension of all Vistara flights on Mumbai-Hong Kong route till May 2. It may be mentioned that India has in recent weeks seen an unprecedented spike in infection as part of what is called the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Several parts of the country are now under a partial curfew or a quasi-lockdown with the threat of a full-scale shutdown growing. Japan government said on Monday it is asking Myanmar to release a Japanese journalist who was arrested by security forces in its largest city of Yangon the previous day. Chief Cabinet Secretary Katsunobu Kato told reporters Monday that his government is asking Myanmar authorities to explain the arrest and provide other details while asking for his release as soon as possible. He did not identify the detainee, but Japanese media identified him as Yuki Kitajumi, a former Nikkei business newspaper reporter currently based in Yangon as a freelance journalist. Japan's NHK public television quoted witness as saying that they saw Kitajumi being arrested and taken from his home. Kitajumi had been detained briefly in late February by police while covering pro-democracy protests in Myanmar, where the military ousted the elected government on February 1. Japan has stepped up its criticism of Myanmar's deadly crackdown on opposition but has taken a milder approach than the United States and some other countries that impose sanctions against members of the military junta. And in sports, in IPL cricket, Virat Kohli-led Royal Challengers Bangalore defeated Ian Morgan-led Kolkata Knight Riders by 38 runs in Chennai. Chasing a massive target of 205 runs, KKR kept losing wickets at regular intervals and could not build a winning partnership. In the other match yesterday, Delhi Capitals defeated Punjab Kings by 6 wickets at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. Chasing a victory target of 196 runs, Delhi Capitals made 198 for 4 in 18.2 overs. For Delhi Capitals, players of the match, Shikhar Dhawan was the top scorer with 92 in 49 balls. Put to bed first, Punjab Kings made 195 for 4 in the stipulated 20 overs. Mayank Agarwal in 69 in 36 balls and KL Rahul 61 in 51 balls were the top scorers of PBKS. World Championship silver medalist Deepak Punia had to settle for silver medal in the Asian Wrestling Championships in Almaty, Kazakhstan yesterday. Deepak, who had already secured a place in Olympics, lost 10-0 in 2 minutes 53 seconds to the world champion Hashan Yazdani in the 86 kg freestyle final. Sanjit bagged bronze for India in the 92 kg category. He lost to Uzbekistan's Rustam Shodev 8-11. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Andro Pana Loishang Ahallo Pen Naharu Pana slammed Chief Minister in Bahrain for giving silent treatment to land dispute between Sadang Singh Bamaring and Andro village. And India locks above 2,73,000 new COVID-19 cases and 1,619 days in 24 hours. Recovery rate drops to 86%. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. For more news, you can also follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.